Hey everyone, this is Cindy and I'm doing this video backwards. I'm going to decorate the piece I made and then show you how to make it. I filmed it and I didn't decorate it. I thought, oh heck, why not decorate it? So anyway, this is what I'm going to try to make another one of, and I show it in more detail in the rest of the video, so we're just going to jump right into decorating. So here it is made, and I already have some things in there. I went through my stash of botanical things and pulled out some stuff already. So as you saw, I had, well, let's just start at the top. We're going to decorate the flap first, and this has made to have a pocket, so I found this to go in there. So I went and looked for some washi tape that kind of matched it a little bit. Oh, actually there's two right here. Okay, that's good to know. So let's put the washi tape on first, and I am a cheater when it comes to washi tape. I hate using the glue stick to give it extra sticky, so I just usually eyeball where I'm going to put it and use my art glitter glue to run some glue down. And I probably got my glue out too long without putting the lid on it. Okay, there we go. So just kind of run a little bit of glue there, and I decided I'm going to wrap this all the way around. So don't turn on me. Just try to eyeball it, and then I'm going to wrap it around. At this point, I can put it on the tape. Oops, there goes the glue. And here we go. You'll be able to do this neater than me, but at least you have that. Everything is just kind of sticking together. Good grief. Okay, so a little bit more glue. And then I'm just going to glue it so it overlaps. And then I found this flower in that stash that I had made out of some punches. So I'm just going to put that up there as a final little touch. So that's the flap. And then on the front, I'm going to put this pocket. It's a faux stamp. I'm pretty sure I got it at Hobby Lobby, and I just did an ephemera pack. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this blue around the edges, because it's the first ink I grabbed. I'm going to glue it on as a pocket, and I don't think I got anything out to go in it, so we'll see how that works. And oops, that keeps rolling over. So there we go. I'll let that dry, and then we'll figure out what goes in it. Okay, opening this up, we have a pocket here, and as you saw when I first turned the video on, I had this. It's from the same ephemera pack, I'm sure. It's like a settee, love seat type thing. It might be out in a conservatory, so definitely can write on it, and it's kind of a fun piece. So it's going to go in this pocket here, and I had this in there, but I think there's two of those as well. I think I'm going to save it and put it in the front pocket. Well, it's a, do I want that? I have a stamp and a stamp. No, probably not. Okay, I'll just put it in here where I had it. And then here, this folds out like a flap. So you could round these corners. I didn't do that on when I made it, as you'll see, but I'm doing it here later. And also I cut it to be more of a angle here, so it doesn't bind up. Just cut that a little bit more, because I have another one I'll show you in a second. It kind of bound up a little bit, so half inch, yeah. Now I can't round it because I cut it not at a square. Oh well, it got a little nip. That wasn't thinking that through. Oh boy. Okay, so put these back, dumping everything out of the way. Okay. Now this piece here is like an envelope, and it folds out and you have all this writing space, but it needs like a little closure. And you can see I've got a whole bunch of little postage things. I'm sure it was all the same ephemera pack at Hobby Lobby, so I'm going to glue that on to be the little closure for that flap. And then we have one other thing too, if we count something for that. We need to glue a piece of string on there so we can tie it. If you remember the one I showed you had a string tied onto it to keep it closed. Okay, so I said string, but it's going to be ribbon. And once again, I'm just going to eyeball the center and put some glue down it. I'm not even using fabric tack. Using this kind of just eyeballing the center. I know this piece is super long enough, so this way, if you decide to glue this in as a pocket behind, that should not interfere with it. And we have to just do this. Of course, it'll be glued into your book and it won't be slipping and sliding around on you. Okay, not too bad. All right, so I need to find something for the pocket. So I'll just kind of show you what I did earlier. I just went through my book here and I said, okay, what's going to fit in that pocket, or what can I use? There's a bird tag that's kind of the right size. Let's just use him. He's right here up front. And he could have come from the same ephemera pack. Who knows? Because I'm not sure where he came from. So let's ink around him a little bit. Just trying to do this in a hurry. It's not even straight on the bottom. That probably goes well in one of my journals. Crooked. That's weird. Okay. I'll slip him in here. I can't. Without untying it. Kind of can't. All right, untie it. So he's going to be there. I could punch out that hole and put a string there, but I won't do it right now. But anyway, if you think this might be something you want, you'll do a better job of decorating it probably than me. But if you want to see how to make it, just keep watching because I'll show you how to make it. So thanks for watching. Bye. I said I would show you another one I decorated. Here it is. So I just have the sheer ribbon glued on the back and washi tape on the top. And I didn't put a flower or anything on that one, but I could. Here's the pocket with a little emblem in there. And then when you open it up, you have another little pocket here. And then I used a heart to close my thing because I decided, why don't I ever use hearts? Why can't I use hearts in junk journals? I don't understand, people don't use that very often. So I'm going to start using it, I think. So anyway, if you want to see how to make these, keep watching. Cindy, and I was doing a flip through of this journal, which you'll probably see tomorrow, hopefully. And I ran across this pocket, and I don't remember making it. I don't know whose idea it was. I'm not even sure how to make it, but I thought, ooh, I want more of these. So what it is, I glued it on as a pocket behind, but it's also there's a ribbon glued behind it. And if you don't want a ribbon, you can do like a different type of closure, but you got to deal with the pocket right here. So anyway, this folds out. And then this is a pocket here. And then this, I don't have it collapsed in there right. Collapsed? Not collapsed. There. It's supposed to be opened up like that, and then this opens out and you have all this writing space. So oh, this is fun, I want this. And then like I said, when you close it, you've got this pocket here. So, and then the ribbon's glued behind it. So I thought, I'm going to try to make this, remember how to make it. So I went and got some paper that I didn't care too much about and practiced it twice. Here's my first one. Turned out pretty good, but my folds are off. So this one's glued together. The flap is reinforced. There's a glue thing there. I just glued that on there to do my pretend little closure. And so anyway, I think I can make this for real with using the good paper. So if you want to follow along, I'll try not to confuse you. But here's kind of what we're dealing with. Full sheet of paper. This is the top flap. I'm going to end up cutting this out. We're folding pocket and then this flappy thing here. So this will be glued down. This will be glued down. So anyway, that's kind of an overview. So let's see what we can do. First thing you do, I think, or I did, first thing I did, we'll just do it that way, is fold down the top flap. And I know I could have done it from the other end, but I already had kind of pointed this out as a top flap. And this is just how, big a flap you want. This is probably about 1.5 inches, not 1.5 inches. Not quite. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. And then what I did next was I folded my side pocket. Let me keep this in view right here, this pocket here. Let me make sure this is in view. Yes, okay, this pocket here. And it's also this part here, another flap that goes under there. So I folded that about the same, maybe just a little bigger. The width of this kind of determines how wide the whole thing is going to be. Okay, so, and I don't know if that's straight. It doesn't look straight. Oh boy, it doesn't. So how could that be wrong? Lining it up. That's probably part of my problem. How come that didn't... I'm not lining this up. Let me do it this way. Line up the edges of the paper. I was lining it up after I had this folded, so maybe if I line it up here, that will straighten it out. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Okay. Who knows? All right, then we're going to fold this up. Now, it doesn't go up all the way. If you notice here, it's about 1/2 inch short. So we're just going to... something like that. You can do it shorter, longer, whatever you want. And then this is where I notice, I'm off a little bit. So my fold is still off. Maybe yours won't be. You'll do a better job. So I can trim this up, I think. Okay, and then one more fold. We have to fold this part to here, and I'm doing it just almost right up to the fold, a little bit off of it. Okay, so we folded the flap down, we folded the side pocket, and then we folded this one itself. Now we got to cut. First thing is this little square here on the flap. We don't need it, so I'm cutting just inside the lines a little bit. Inside the fold, I mean. And then we need this to fold over the flap, because this is going to glue together, but we need it to be separate from this, so we got to cut to the fold. There's a fold line here, and we're going to cut. I think I can see it better here. Fold, cut on that line to that line. Now, this will be glued down. This will also be glued down, but it needs to be separate from this. So we're going to do the same thing. Cut on the fold and go to the fold. Okay, now I think we're ready to glue. We might, oh no, one more cut. This has to be separate because one of these is a pocket that stays down and one is a flap. So this has to be separated. And this one I'm going to take a little bit more care about maybe coming in a little bit and doing a little V shape so it doesn't hang up so much. I think the other ones are okay, but we'll see. Okay, now we're gluing. Are you lost yet? Let's glue the flap together. Okay. It's reinforced thickness. Don't glue the table. Okay, we'll go in later and we will round the corners. Okay, this is glued down and this is glued as a pocket. So we'll do that. This also reinforces the part that will become the pocket if we glue it on our page to be a pocket. So it just makes this part thicker. Okay, now this is a pocket, so, and we could put a divot in there if we wanted to. Do I have one near me? I have this. I'll try it. Just enough to know, hey, that's a pocket. This is coffee dyed paper that coffee dyed the edges really well. Really dark there. Okay, now this is like that. So I just need something here to close it with. And I was just playing around with, come on, I can't grab it. With that, something like that to close it. And then it folds up. Oh, we gotta round the top. And then this folds down. See how my fold is off there? That really threw it off. Okay, so I'm not sure. I gotta do a better job of getting that fold right. But that is the basic thing. So can I fold it in some more? Yeah, that's better. Yes, and then my flap here doesn't really meet up, so I'm gonna put that off. Can you see how I've got an overlap there, or underlap? I don't know what you would call it. It doesn't meet at the top, so I'm gonna try that again. Didn't make much difference. So anyway, okay, that's my very rough estimation about how I made that. So I think I'm going to try another one and maybe do a little better. So if you want to keep watching, I would love to have you. I think I got a piece of paper right here. Go a little further down, I think, with my flap. Hopefully I'm on camera. And then the side pocket, I'm going to try to get it straight. I don't know. I can check it right now by folding it up. I can go ahead and do this fold. Maybe I should do this fold first. No. It's still off. How can it be off? Okay, that's better, I think. Okay, so that is the fold going up, and I made it pretty tall, probably too tall. And then we need the one going this way. So I did those folds out of order just because I had a pocket that didn't want to line up. I mean, yeah. Okay, so now the cuts. The corner out here. It's hard to see that side. And then I need to separate this side of it. Once again, I can't see. The folds going down are easier to see. And then this folds over in glue, so it has to be separated here. Once again, over. And then this has to be separated. And I'm just going to do like a really small V. So it's on either side. Okay. Glues down, folds down, glues is the pocket. Okay, we got it. It's not too hard when you kind of figure it out. So I think glue stick might be better for gluing this. Get a little bit more even coverage, but I'll go ahead and use the art glitter glue. So the flap, line up. It's a little short here. That's because we're folding this short. You could fold it all the way, and then if you needed to trim these down. I don't think it really matters. It's just, you know, how it looks. It doesn't change anything. If you'd like the look or not. Okay. Somebody who makes these, if you come up with an easier way or better way, let me know, because I think I might make quite a few of these. I have them in my stash. They're really good, I would think, to cover a blank page. Okay, I think that's all we need. We got this and we got this. This one goes higher up, but doesn't matter. And you can use different corner punches too for this. Just went with the basic one. Okay, so we have a pocket here, which I forgot to do the divot thing on it. Probably still can. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. I have to re-glue it a little bit. At least the glue wasn't real dry. You don't have to have the divot either if you have something tucked in there. And then, like I said, on mine, I had a little thing here to hold that flap in shape, in place. And then I had a ribbon glued on the page behind it. And it's also glued, I guess, on the back of the pocket so it doesn't interfere with this tag going in. So that's something to, oh, we forgot, yeah. You can put a pocket here, or you could put another, like, closure medallion thing. I think I'm going to cut that. I'm just going to cut it. It's too close to my top. And it won't hurt a thing to cut that off, unless it's not straight. Yeah, it folds much better. So, I'm not doing very good with the punch either. All right. So anyway, let me know if you guys have seen this before and who did it and who probably has a better tutorial. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Bye.